Hello, my name is Ken Stawaz, and today I will be your host teaching pro for this golf tip, which is sponsored by linksmangolf.com. Today I would like to talk about the number one problem in golf swings that people tend to have. And it goes back to cliches that are predominant in golf. Golf many times is taught by cliche. Your dad or your uncle or your grandfather may be the one that teaches you how to play when you're 12 or 13 or whatever age. And you get a lot of common advice. Things like keep your head down, keep your eye on the ball, shift your weight, follow through, on and on and on and on. Many of these things are repeated so much that they become cliches. And this one is what I call the killer cliche, because it kills golf swings more than any other one. And it is the first one. It's keep your head down, keep your eye on the ball. There's really two, but I really think of them as one because you always hear them together. Keep your head down, keep your eye on the ball. When I set up to a golf ball, again, I'm going to be a golfer with no arms for a second. I'm going to put this club over my shoulders, and I'm going to put another club on the ground here, like this. And I've got the handle of that club over there. I've got this handle over my left shoulder. I am going to get in my posture. Now, the heel of this club is just touching the ball of my foot, my right foot. So that extends straight out. And it's now at a right angle to the target line. I'm going to put this club over my shoulder. I'm going to stabilize my right leg so it doesn't roll and slide. And I'm just going to turn my right shoulder so the club head goes behind me. And I'm going to match up these two shafts. You saw I just matched up the two handles. Now, if I put a ball there, and I look at the ball as if I was hitting a shot, tell me if my head moved. It did, didn't it? It didn't really move a lot, but it did rotate. If I had a pencil taped to my the visor of my hat here, it would now be pointing behind the ball more than it was here. So in order to rotate my shoulders the full 90 degrees and stay tilted, my left shoulder as it comes around will start to push my chin, and it's going to rotate my head just a little bit. Now, it's true that I'm looking back at the golf ball, and perhaps I don't have as clear a vision on that ball as when I started, but if I didn't let my head rotate, if I kept it perfectly stationary, what would happen is I'd be looking right down at the ball, trying real hard to keep my head still and keep my eye on the ball, just like Dad told me, and my left shoulder is going to get here and nothing gives. So that's as far as I can turn now. Well, if I'm swinging a golf club and I get to here and I can't turn my shoulders anymore, I sure don't feel like I have a full backswing. So what I'm going to do is try and make the swing go farther. I'm going to manufacture something. And the way most people do that is they get here, everything stops, then they start to slide the legs, roll on the outside of the foot. When the legs go that way, the arms can lift more, and then the arms lift. And this is a classic reverse pivot or reverse weight shift. Well, from here, what's going to happen is my shoulders are going to spin this way. I'm going to swing over the top. Then I'm going to stand up and try and suck the club back into my body and try and catch a piece of the ball. So this piece of advice, which almost everybody gets when they're a new golfer, immediately starts to affect their swing in a bad way. It's a problem that creates symptoms. And what people do, unfortunately, is they see the symptoms of this problem. As I just said, one of the symptoms is my legs will slide, my hips will slide. Another very common problem with this is I'll bend my left arm. Why am I bending my left arm? Well, if I kept my left arm straight and I only turned to there, that's it. So I'm going to bend my arm to try and feel like I have more length to my swing. Again, you start leaning this way. So the whole body action breaks down. And it's a real problem for golfers, but they don't see that as the problem because they think perfectly logically that, and because they've been told by someone of authority that they should keep their head still, so they try very hard to do it. And it's usually the last thing they look at as the problem, but it really is the first thing they should be looking at. So again, if we do this drill, this is a great way to just get that feeling of pivoting correctly. And I'll turn this way in a second and show you what it looks like from the side. I'm going to turn, match up these two shafts, and I can feel my right side, my right hip, and my right shoulder go back behind me. I feel a definite weight shift. I've stayed in my tilt. All right, now I do the under and up from the side. It looks like this. 1, 2. As I'm swinging the club, yes, I do want to see the ball. Yes, I do want to not pick up. By the way, I've never seen anybody not look at the object they're trying to hit. I've never seen anybody hitting a golf ball looking up at the sky when the ball was still down there. In fact, again, people try too hard to keep their head down. So I'm going to swing back and start to feel that movement of my shoulder. Another very good drill to practice pivot is to get in your posture, dangle your left arm, grab your left shoulder with your right hand, or if that's too strenuous, just grab your tricep right above the elbow, and then just pull with your right side and feel that pivot. And again, you'll feel all those things. You'll feel weight shift. You'll feel the left shoulder coming around. You want to get your left shoulder over the inside of your right foot. Whatever your head does to allow you to do that is perfectly fine. As you get a little older, perhaps a little less flexible, there might even be a little bit more movement here. Of course, from there, I'm simply going to turn back and step onto my left foot. So it's 1, 2. So don't worry if your head feels like it moves a little bit. Again, don't mistake me. I'm not trying to say that your head should be flying all over the place. The movement is minimal, but it has to be enough to allow this shoulder to come around over here. That allows your left arm to stay straight. That allows you to get nice and deep in your backswing so that you get a good position here so we can come down on the correct path into the golf ball, hit the ball solid instead of swinging out and chopping across. So try that. Try the pivot drill. I think you'll find that not only do you get more flexible and get more of a pivoting and rotating, which certainly is going to increase your power, but you'll find that it just increases everything or improves everything in terms of balance and tempo.